I don't care if you've been hanging out with Sakamoto all night. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and the Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Prodigy, coming to you live and direct from the Vista. Smoke me out fan with all the decks today. On my left, the oldest ninja in the world, old ninja.
I just got to let you know that the blueprint was by me. Man.
All right. On my far right, engineering on the ones and twos, choking people out on threes and fours, Chronos.
This is all because of less than what a third of us thought was right for this country.
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh shit!
Last but
Less
not
than
least,
a third.
We got your boy Blue.
I hope the government doesn't send me back to Japan with me and my family, where we've migrated from. Wink, wink.
God.
Get
Bruh.
that free trip.
Be careful what you wish for, bro. You might end up in Guantanamo.
Yeah, right. Might retract that
That
statement.
Guantanamo. I don't think people understand like what that meant. Like what that. We'll get into it in a little bit. Like, boy, because people, the Americans, they don't know. They don't know what goes on there.
Man, you might as well just start. I know we got other stuff, but I mean, explain it.
Do we start with Guantanamo?
Yes. Well, let's do our normal stuff and then we can get into it.
Okay.
Why are we skipping?
Let's get a little happy, then get a little sad.
All right,
and then we'll get really sad.
Yeah.
Nobody's in the chat yet because we're kind of late, but it's okay. People will join. And listener of the week would be Oliver. Thank you very much for listening, Oliver. You beat out Zor. Thank you for the past couple days. So yeah, thank you.
All right, Mr. Twist. Let's go.
Yeah. Sorry, RIPs, old ninja, please.
Yeah, old ninja. Who you got? Who you pouring it? What you pouring out for Hoomst?
This week we'll pour out some. Shit, I forgot. Oh, we can pour out some Schlitz. It's been a while since we had some Schlitz malt liquor. We're gonna pour out first for DJ Unk, born Anthony Leonard Platt. He's best known for his hit single "Walk Out." His second single on his second album was a title called "Show Out," which also had some moderate success. Some of his work was featured in NBA 2K9. He suffered a heart attack in his sleep on January 24th, even though there's been wide speculation that he died due to drugs. And his wife had told TMZ that he didn't even do drugs. He had a heart attack in his sleep. He was 48 years old.
God damn.
The next one, I'm probably gonna butcher the last name, but someone will probably correct me eventually somewhere along the line. Bob Uecker or Bob Uecker, I believe. Last name spelled Uecker. He was an American professional baseball catcher and sportscaster who served as the play-by-play announcer for the Milwaukee Brewers. He became known for his deprecating.
Sir, what the fuck is happening right now?
For his self-deprecating wit, and became a regular fixture on late-night TV talk shows, including the Johnny Carson Show in the 70s and 80s. He fatuously was dubbed Mr. Baseball. He hosted several sports blooper shows, and he had a acting career that included his role as George Owens and the TV show Mr. Belvedere, and as a play-by-play announcer, Harry Doyle in the film Major Leagues and the sequels.
Hold on. Also, was homeboy that was like, and it's just a bit outside.
That's him. He was the announcer. So that's what he did professionally, and then he became a TV and movie star doing the same thing he did in baseball, pretty much. He also appeared in Who's the Boss and in an episode of Futurama as his own head. In Futurama, he was the head of himself. In 2021, he made a guest appearance in the Disney Plus series Monsters at Work, where he voiced another parody of himself named Bob Uecker. He was the announcer for then WWF WrestleMania 3 and 4. He was inducted into the Celebrity Ring of the WWE Hall of Fame in 2010. He is also honored with the induction into the National Radio Hall of Fame in 2001 and the Ford C. Frick Award bestowed annually by the Baseball Hall of Fame to a broadcaster for major contributions to baseball. He died on January 16th, 10 days shy of his 91st birthday.
All right.
And last but not least, we have David Lynch. David Lynch was an American filmmaker, visual artist, musician, and an actor. He's often thought as a visionary or just plain weird due to his surrealistic and experimental qualities. He had a career in Hollywood that lasted for 5 decades. His films include such as Eraserhead, The Elephant Man, Blue Velvet, Wild at Heart, Mulholland Drive, Lost Highway, and a movie I have tried to finish twice, and I just can't do it. Inland Empire, because that movie's 3.5 hours long. I can't do it. A few more, probably more notable projects were the TV series Twin Peaks, which he co-created, and he also co-wrote the prequel movie Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me. He is also the first director to adapt Dune as a film back in 1984. He took some fairly liberal, if not controversial, takes on the story.
Yeah.
As an actor, he appeared in Twin Peaks, the series, and in the films Lucky, The Fablemans, directed by Steven Spielberg. He also guest starred in The Cleveland Show and Louie. I don't know if you guys remember Louie. Louie was an animated show by Louis Anderson. He directed music videos for artists such as X Japan, Moby, Interpol, Nine Inch Nails, and Donovan. He has even been nominated for Best Director for movies such as The Elephant Man and Mulholland Drive. David Lynch also worked as a musician, releasing solo albums and a variety of collaborations. Being a lifetime smoker, he died from complications from emphysema after being evacuated from his home due to the Palisade fires. He was 78 years old.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I was David Lynch. I didn't realize he was that old, but his movies are 100% fucking weird. I don't know if any of y'all seen some of his shit. It's fucking weird.
I mean,
but some are really good.
Yeah.
I tried to get into like way years later Twin Peaks. That's out there. That's real out there. So
I watched Dune back in the day, obviously, like the quote unquote original. So
yeah, I mean it's the only one up
Patrick
until
Stewart.
that point.
Yeah,
he was when Patrick Stewart had a sliver of hair left.
Not really.
Yeah, he has a little patch in the back of the hair. That's when he kept begging Kyle MacLachlan's character to kill Sting in the movie, because Sting's in that movie. It's pretty awesome.
He's favorite.
I remember watching Mulholland Drive. I don't know if any of you've seen that movie, but it's definitely a good film, but it's still weird. It's a weird, it's a mix of the Black Dahlia and L.A. Confidential.
I did see that one. I forgot about that shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So that movie was crazy because up until that point, nobody had ever heard of Naomi Watts. Once that movie hit, Naomi Watts blew up. That was her career-defining moment. And it was crazy because it had that movie with Naomi Watts and Laura Herring. They had a intense sex scene, borderline X-rated fucking sex scene. It was super fucking crazy. I was like, they allowed this shit on the film? What the fuck? It was fucking crazy. There's a scene where she she's masturbating, and the film or the camera stays with her, and when she goes in her panties, and they pan up to her, she's hate fapping while crying. I've never seen shit like that ever in my life.
Well, she was Christerbating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but she was hate fapping, so it was a hate Christerbating shit. It was crazy shit.
Yeah,
I was thinking we could call this episode that, but we can't. We cannot call the episode Christerbating.
People get banned.
Yeah, we get demonetized right away. YouTube is they're sensitive.
I thought this was America.
Yeah, YouTube Christerbaits about I shouldn't be so sensitive.
Only if you're an Orange Man do they make everything okay.
Yeah,
or you have
they bend the knee.
You have trillions of dollars.
Wait, say his name right. The American Dictator. Say his name
You
right.
can just call him the American Dick.
Oh, you can do that, but then we're definitely demonetized after that.
Lowercase too. It's gotta be lowercase.
Yeah.
With the flash.
You gotta put that shit in smaller smaller font size.
Mhm.
2 point.
So I guess let's get into this. If you are a Trump supporter, just I don't know, you could just like
Be
not
ready.
listen to the rest of the podcast.
Just be ready.
Yeah, because I'm gonna take a giant shit all over this dude. Like I said, if you rewind the podcast, 8 years ago? Which yes, we were around 8 years ago.
Yeah, we were.
So, and I said
Ben had been
publicly
here.
that I thought that I hope that he does a good job. And holy shit, did he prove me wrong? Pretty much immediately by making very poor choices. And this time he's doing it even faster. He's 1 week in and has made even worse choices. The latest thing today, which this is only a week in, like
9 days.
yeah, 9 days in, like not even 2 weeks in, and he's made a slew of terrible choices. But like the latest new terrible choice is saying after he said he's going to deport all of the quote unquote illegals, he said that we're going to deport 30,000 illegals to Guantanamo Bay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that most Americans understand what that means, what occurs in Guantanamo Bay, and what the Guantanamo Bay prison is actually for, what it was designed for, and the reason why it exists. So I'm going to give you the Cronus notes on why this place exists, what it's for, and why shit happens there. Why it exists is because of 9/11, basically. Yes, I think it existed before that, but they made a prison there. It's in Cuba, and the reason why they put prisoners there that are supposed terrorists, and I'm saying that, which I'll qualify in a little bit, supposed terrorists they put them there because they can do things that are unconstitutional because it's not on U.S. soil. And I'm being very clear about this because things that are documented to happen there are unconstitutional, such as literal fucking torture. And how far of the torture am I talking about? I'm talking about a very documented case of a man who is now free, who was. How can I say this without getting this demonetized in a gentle sort of way? They stuck a water hose in a place that caused so much damage that he had to have reconstructive surgery on this area. Okay? And he did not commit any fucking crime. He was not a terrorist. They made a mistake. He was later freed. And they did so much damage to this guy's area that he had to have reconstructive surgery so he can basically take a number 2 again in a proper manner. That's what occurs in Guantanamo Bay. And they get away with it. And that's just one person. And they get away with it because they know that they can skirt the rules of what can occur on national soil. So we're going to send 30,000 people that he already said we're going to deport. Deporting means you send them back to their own country. Okay? These people are not Cuban nationals. If you're going to say they're not American nationals, okay, send them back to where they came from. And bonus, this is all on our dime. Okay? Flying them there costs money. Keeping them there costs even more money, substantially more money than flying them back to wherever the fuck they came from, which I also don't agree with. Unless they were... Listen, if somebody's like a criminal, depending on the offense, then yeah, they should be, depending on the offense, they should pay a price. But it depends on the offense.
I have a caveat real quick. So there have been pundits on the right that I didn't quite catch on to this quite yet, but they kept calling these illegal immigrants criminals. And I was like, well, you can't assume that they're all criminals because in my mind, I'm thinking when they use the term criminal, I'm thinking violent offenders.
No.
Or like
Nope.
or like pedophiles or something, or just thieves in general. They're using the term as in them entering the country illegally automatically makes them a criminal because they created a criminal act of entering the country illegally, which makes them a criminal.
Yeah, which, I mean, that is, that's kind of arguable, But what you see the current president saying is that we're getting rid of all the worst of the worst. They're murderers, they're rapists, they're blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, hold on. So if you're telling me that there's murderers in the streets and people know where they are, why aren't they in prison? So logically, this doesn't make sense. If somebody murders somebody, they will not be free in America. America holds the largest prison population on the entire fucking planet. If you're trying to convince me that a literal murderer is being let free, don't get me wrong. There is sometimes this can occur. I'm not saying that this is totally impossible, but if you're telling me that like 30,000 people are all murderers and rapists that are on the streets in America, that is literally fucking impossible in the United States of America, especially if you're a fucking brown person. Like, this is so fucking impossible. It blows my mind that people believe this.
And what's sad also is that, like, these agents are taking people who are American citizens, like people who were born and raised here. Like even Native American people, Navajo people are being arrested because they're mistakenly thinking that they're Mexican or they're from South America or whatever. And it's like, yo, these are like the true American people. Like, what the hell's going on? But over the week, actually, no, yesterday, there was a ISIS raid at a Target here in San Jose.
Not ISIS raid. Sorry. ICE.
I think I made that mistake last time too. ICE, yeah.
Not ISIS.
Damn, ISIS.
You know what? It could be both. I don't know.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Trump was right, I guess. ISIS is in America.
Yeah, right.
He's doing the job of ICE.
If there's a bunch of them, it's ISIS.
All them
ISIS disease.
Yeah, ISIS.
I see what you did, Blue. You pluralized it. I get it.
Yeah, pluralized. That's what I've been doing this whole time.
Them fucking icicles, bro.
Yeah.
That's the name of the podcast.
They raided a Target here in San Jose, not here in San Jose, but here in the Bay Area in San Jose, and like, you know, there was like employees like blocking the doors to help protect people from being like captured by these people. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, let me just jump in here real quick, and I appreciate everything that you guys have kind of already put out there, but this is very intentional and extremely racially motivated. I mean, let's be really fucking clear. You coming over here from Canada or Europe and being an immigrant and maybe not even having your papers like Elon did, you know,
or Melania.
Or yeah, exactly. You're not prosecuted. You're not being raided at your home, your place of worship, your school, like the people who happen to be brown or black, and especially who don't speak English as their first language, or even if you do. So this shit is, we have to just call it what it is. There's a huge racial fucking component to this, and they're trying to intimidate and scare people. That's the fucking thing that gets me. Like, they're out in full force. They're going to places that you usually haven't seen ICE agents at, like literal elementary schools and, you know, junior highs and shit.
That's so wrong.
Like, they know exactly what the fuck they are doing, and they're getting their direction from the federal government. They're getting their direction from Trump, but they're literally doing this to intimidate and scare people. And then when you talk about Guantanamo, like Kronos was talking about, you added an additional layer of fucking fear on top of all of this shit. And then one last thing I'll say that on this immigration stuff is that please don't be fucking fooled. There are hundreds of thousands, conservatively, hundreds of thousands of white American criminals here, born American criminals here, who are not suffering under ICE fucking enforcement and shit. Like, if it's not about crime, it's about the color of these people's skin and what language they speak and their countries of origin for the most part.
Because there's like 1,500 that were just pardoned from the whole January 6th. I mean, technically those mofos are criminals, right?
Oh my God. So thank you for bringing that up. So this is
before we segue, I just, there's something we kind of missed a little bit. We all know it's going to happen, even though it'll probably be in fewer numbers. There will be children at Guantanamo because they will be taking whole family. They claim to be adults and I guess tend to be men, even though it's going to be family. It's going to be them and their families being pulled up from wherever they are, wherever ICE knows they are, and they will take them and their children to Guantanamo. Just saying.
Yeah. Real quick, if you're wondering what Guantanamo is actually like, there's a really good podcast called Serial, and season 4 is all about Guantanamo Bay. So just listen to season 4. I think it's like 7 or 8 episodes. Very thorough reporting. It'll break it down for you in more graphic detail than I can say on this podcast. So, and
it's called Serial, like breakfast cereal.
Cereal's in like cereal's like serial killer, like SERIAL.
Okay, cool.
And it's a fantastic. It's by the New York Times. It's a fantastic podcast. They have if you heard about the whole Adnan thing, like Serial is the reason why Adnan got out. Even though I think he got like rearrested for some bullshit again, for basically the same fucking bullshit crime. But they have like maybe 5 seasons, and they're all like 10 out of 10. Listen to the Serial podcast. So yeah, what was I talking about?
Were you gonna say about the January 6th?
January 6th thing. Yes. So this is what is like the crazy part for me, but also I'm like, the wool got removed from my eyes, and it started in like around 2018, 2019, but then 2020, I saw America for what it really is. And it was sad and infuriating for me when, I saw George Floyd get murdered, and people were just like, oh, well, look at his background, blah, 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 blah. People seem to misunderstand of why he actually got killed, why he got murdered. It was over $20. $20 of maybe counterfeit money. And that showed me as a black man that my value in America as a black man is $20 fucking or less. Okay? So going back to what we're just talking about, January 6 people and these quote unquote illegal immigrants. We're deporting immigrants to this country at a high rate. At the same time, we have freed convicted fucking criminals with videoed criminal acts in America. Most of them
against the U.S.
Yeah, against the U.S. government. Yeah. Okay, they on camera assaulted police officers. One of them died. They destroyed property. They injured a whole bunch more people. These are things that are literally in the Constitution. Killable offenses. If you do this, I would expect people to get killed, because that's how our system is designed. If you commit treason against your government, the penalty is death. Mm-hmm. None of them died, except for, I think, was it Ashley Babbitt. She died because, but honestly, I was surprised that more of them didn't die. And they're getting
comeuppance recently.
yeah, I'll talk about that in a second. But like, these people are 1,600 criminals that are convicted by their peers and judges, got released by our current president. Meanwhile, all these other folks that have committed no other crime other than coming to America and paying taxes. I guess these people pay taxes. And when you say, oh, no, they don't pay taxes, bullshit. You cannot avoid taxes in America. It's literally fucking impossible. If you buy something from a store, you are paying taxes.
Correct.
So seeing that dichotomy in America is crazy. And they keep trying to pile on these bullshit scenarios of, oh, well, they're all rapists and murderers and blah, blah, blah. They are fucking, it's literally impossible. It's literally impossible, because our current justice system, if somebody murders somebody, you don't just, you go to jail. Like you go to jail.
Yep.
And you can't tell me that, I don't know how many people have been arrested now or have been deported now, but it's well over 5,000 people at this point. You're going to tell me that you're going to tell me that 5,000 murderers, every single one of those police departments were just like, oh yeah, we know they murdered somebody, but the laws in America, immigration laws, say that we have to let them free. That's fucking bullshit. Just think about it logically.
Yep.
And I'll just wait. I want to double back, get slight caveat. The last time someone was killed because of treason was during the during the atomic energy project, the Manhattan Project. So it was a couple they're accused of giving secrets to a foreign entity, and they were there. So there's 4 people involved. They're kind of, if you ever seen the movie Oppenheimer, they're in the movie, but they don't talk about the story. They're executed for treason.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're
that was in the 40s. That's the last time that's happened.
Yeah, there's laws on that for a reason.
What's crazy with the immigration deportation scare that they're doing too is that, you know, there's people who work on like farms and stuff that's picking like our fruits and things, and they're not going to work. And so a lot of these farms, they don't have nobody to pick their produce or whatever. And so, like, I mean, the whole Trump thing was that, you know, he's going lower grocery prices and this and that, and like, no, prices about to go up, like for real, because there's nobody to pick fruits, vegetables, stuff.
That situation, people don't understand like how that works. So it's more than what you think, Blue.
Yeah.
Yes, people like not working on these farms is going to obviously produce less produce in America. That's going to make the prices go up. But also, pretty much every single farm in America is backed by federal insurance. And so when those farms fail and their crops fail, they can write off those losses to the federal government. So guess what? We're paying that. Our taxes are paying for their failed farms because of one asshole's stupid policy to get rid of the people that actually work on these farms. And for people that want to be like, oh, well, you know, these are, you know, other people can do these jobs. Technically, yes, but also no. Like, there's a reason why, and this is the unfortunate part about America, is that we all know that we are not paying these people enough money. Everybody knows this. But somebody has to do it. And it's, unfortunately, it's the, you know, undocumented immigrant population that has to do these sorts of jobs for, you know, not enough pay. Nobody's going to, I would never fucking work in a goddamn farm for that much money. I wouldn't do it.
Probably not even my current salary.
No, get the fuck out of here. Like, I work from home. Like,
I don't see the sun.
No, like, that's why you think I'm fucking light skinned.
Yeah.
The lightest shade of brown.
I'm not doing that shit. Like, hey, when I was in the Marine Corps, I was way darker. I'm just saying. Yeah, there's pictures of me. They're fucking darker than this. But yeah, like these people, they're doing things that Americans they are not willing to do anymore. And I don't like that it occurs, but that's our current system, and we're gonna pay the price. I mean, look at people are already mad. People are already saying that, you know, the price of eggs are going up again. But it's because of bird flu, which I get. Yeah, but wait until, like, you know, the price of vegetables and fruits go up.
Wait till summer.
Plus the tariffs. That's the other double whammy, because people don't understand that in America, our grocery system is a global grocery system. Correct. So when you're getting fucking grapes that are out of season, they're from some other country. You know, our blueberries or whatever, and fucking coffee and all this shit is from another country. And this stable genius putting, you know, 25% tariffs on everything or more,
we're
going to pay that.
Pay for.
Yeah, we're going to pay that. Like, they're not going to pay that. Like,
well, the companies pay. That's just how greedy companies are. Companies pay it, but they just trickle that down to the customer. So, yeah.
That means we pay.
Ultimately, the consumers pay. But when you have a situation where produce, eggs, like, you know, just basic staple things, you know, the lettuce, the vegetables, whatever, are all going up for a variety of fucking reasons, guess what happens? Your paycheck seems to get smaller and fucking smaller. That's just what it is.
I mean, we're gonna hit inflation again.
Yeah,
like it's at this point it's almost unavoidable.
Dude, somebody posted a video of them going grocery shopping, and they were showing you what $10 can buy you today, and they literally brought a carton of eggs and a thing of bread. That's it. Like, bread, I remember bread was like under $1. Eggs maybe $2 a dozen or something like that. Like, you could get like a good week meal from $10. Now,
well, and the problem is,
now
like,
you got a bargain shop.
Well,
still just fucking.
Well, so this is the thing about, like, the whole inflation thing. Is that, you know, yes, we went through a whole bout of inflation over the past 4 years. I will freely admit that. Inflation occurred, prices got higher, but guess what? So did, like, pay in America. If you look at, like, pretty much across the board, pay went up. I literally, I went past, I took my youngest to a donut store this morning, and the place next to it was a Subway, and they were hiring at $20 an hour. Subway hiring at $20 an hour. I was like, what the fuck? Which is crazy. So yes, but people also don't understand like what inflation actually means. Inflation means the increase of the rate of goods. It's the increase. Okay. So when inflation kind of flattens out, it means that things will stay stable at a certain cost. It doesn't mean it comes down. Correct. It doesn't mean it comes down. It's going to stay where it is. But right now we're going to hit inflation again, which means that the rate of goods are going to go up again. But if the rate of goods go up when our pay doesn't go up, that's when we have a serious fucking problem.
Well, and the only way things actually get cheaper that nobody really wants to talk about is a couple of different ways. If there's real deal competition, and people are competing to be to see who can be the lowest person in that market, or if you have products coming in from a place that's just overall has a lower cost of living, like other parts of Latin America or Asia or Africa. When you got like commodities coming in from elsewhere, sometimes they can be much cheaper depending on a whole lot of economic conditions in those countries. But it's like a double whammy. You're saying basically no to our global food supply system, and we're going to tax it no matter what's coming in. And it's not just food, by the way, but we'll get into that later. Yeah. But then at the same time, you got avian flu and you got other stuff. And on top of all that, there's not a whole lot of competition domestically. Like, it's not like there's 8 or 9 different major national egg and bread and produce companies that have just sprung up that are going to compete to be the low-cost leader. That doesn't fucking happen here. So,
no, and people don't understand that. They always talk about a free economy, but the free economy in America does not exist. It cannot exist when you have multiple monopolies in America.
Yep.
Like, it literally, it cannot exist when you have so many monopolies.
Most of our food supermarkets are owned by like, was it Kroger and like Albertsons or Safe Albertsons? I can't remember if they merged or not, but
and usually mom and pop, when they started mom and pop grocery stores, guess what? They end up getting either ran out of business or bought out. So the big guy is still in power. It's still running because they usually take away the suppliers and the mom and pop, or they buy them and acquire their suppliers, and they get all the mom and pop is out. They're done.
But here's the thing that's so subtle and interesting in our lifetime or whatever. Even if they don't necessarily buy them, like Old Ninja just mentioned, the economies of scale, like if you're a Walmart, you're going to be able to buy grapes for a fraction of a fucking penny, or avocados for a fraction of a fucking penny.
Because you're buying 1 million grapes.
Exactly.
Jumping back to the mom and pop shop, there's a little produce thing like around the corner from me right here, and like I've actually gone there and brought some produce from there a couple of times.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
One of the things that sucks about like locations like that is that like they don't have like that perfect fruit like that red apple. I mean, Safeway right now, their fruits and stuff are looking pretty bad, but like these spots, like they kind of get like kind of the low end, not low quality produce, but like, just they don't seem like they're clean and this and that, but like, they have really good prices on a lot of their food. Even with farmer markets too, it's kind of similar situation. Are you? I mean, the flea market.
Yeah, I mean,
go down and cop the swap meet.
If you live in a state that used to be Mexico, be ready to invade those mercados that are all over your neighborhood, because they're going to have the best produce outside of those big those Walmarts and those Safeways.
But the problem is though is that those same places, their workers are worried to go to work.
Yep.
And this is the problem. This is the fear that a lot of Americans, and like, I mean, there's been me and Prodigy, we live like literally miles from Mexico.
I can see it from my house.
Yeah, I can see it from my house. Like it's so close. And like the economy here, like if ICE decided to come down here and just like start raiding this whole area, like the economy in San Diego and California would just it would fucking cease. It would cease to exist. Hard. Yeah,
especially that close to the border too. That's like shooting fish in a barrel. Like it's like, come on.
Let me just be really fucking clear about this. Mexico is one of our biggest trading partners.
Yeah, same with Canada.
Same with China. China too.
Hey, they're part of America.
Yeah, but it's not even Oh yeah, we got to get into that. But it's not even fucking close. Like it has way more people than Canada, and there's a whole lot of goods and services and all that other stuff that goes back and forth between us and Mexico. We're shooting ourselves in the fucking dick.
It's so
with
dumb.
This shit.
Yeah, it's so avoidable. You know, it's like what the fuck? Like, there are so many industries.
It's racist bullshit though. This motherfucker just hates Mexicans. Like, we don't want to call it what it is, but that's what it is.
It's not just him though, but his party has all bent the knee, and they're slobbing his knob. And they give him a scepter, his crown full of I guess Mexican sombreros that say that he's some kind of dictator. Yeah, dude, he's sitting on a throne of sombreros like he's some kind of dictator, like he did something great. As if he's some kind of his shit with Mexico, the bullshit with Denmark or the Kingdom of Denmark and Greenland. That shit boggles
Colombia.
My mind. Well, Colombia. So him and Colombia, they kind of settled. I get it.
They did, but I'm just saying.
Hold on. Do you understand how they settled? Like in Colombia, like how they settled?
Yeah, they're still gonna get tariffed, which I don't fucking get it. But I guess they're still gonna accept their, I guess, deported immigrants from here. But I don't know where they're gonna put them.
Well, no, they're gonna make some of them go back to Colombia. But the whole thing was when Colombia's beef was they were deporting people back to Colombia and they were in handcuffs the whole flight down.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, you can't, don't put these people in handcuffs, and put them here. Like, treat them humanely. And the U.S. was like, okay. So they did that, and that's why the thing got lifted. People think that it was some huge Trump win, but it's it's kind of silly. And the whole, military flight thing is, it's kind of dumb. Blue asked the question of, I'm going to be fair, okay, about this whole question of why is the U.S. government using military flights to deport people. Okay, one of them is because of money. Does it cost a lot of money to take a military flight? Yes and no. Let me just qualify. I'm a U.S. Marine, okay? I'm not active anymore. I served from 98 to 2003, and I was a contractor for a long time for the U.S. military. Yes, it costs money for a C-17 to fly fucking anywhere. However, if you're a C-17 pilot or a pilot anywhere in the military, you need flight hours. So you gotta fly fucking somewhere. They will literally just fucking fly circles. Like, if you ever come down, if you live in California and you've ever traveled from Northern California to San Diego, and you go through Camp Pendleton and you wonder why there's a bunch of helicopters just flying around, they're just getting flight hours. So that money's it's already paid for. But it basically costs I think it's $30,000 maybe an hour or something like that to fly somewhere on a C-17. A C-17 doesn't actually hold that many people normally. It's less than 200 unless you're really packing them in there, which is normally not recommended. You can save some money flying a charter flight commercially, but you have to schedule a commercial flight. Okay, and if you have, say, 200 people, that costs money every single day they're detained. It costs between $150 to $250 a day to have people sitting somewhere in detention. But a military flight, you don't really have to charter. You can just be hey, I need these people to go somewhere, and people in the military will be okay, we got planes, they ain't doing shit, let's go. So it's not costing as much money as you probably think. But then that all gets negated by the whole Guantanamo thing. Okay? The Guantanamo thing of saying you're going to detain up to 30,000 people for I don't know how long, that cost a shitload of money in perpetuity because they didn't talk about when they would be released or anything like that. So
But Kronos, I thought Obama closed down Guantanamo. That was back in the day, right? I remember those campaign
look
promises.
at you with the setup. No, he did not. So he did not shut down Guantanamo. I know he said he was going to, but he did not.
Yeah.
Obama was not the perfect president. I mean, there's a lot of failures that. Don't get me wrong. I was not a fan of Obama when he first got elected because I was still like right leaning at the time, way right leaning at the time. But now I understand like what his, how do I say it kind of gently, like his constraints were at the time, especially with like Mitch McConnell as the head of the Senate. It was hard for him to get a lot of stuff done. The fact that he got the American Health Care Act passed was a miracle, to be honest.
I get you. I just want to say that politicians lie, but we're in fucking danger. What Whoopi say, the old girl and Ghost? You know, we're
you danger girl.
Yeah,
danger girl.
You're a danger girl. Oh shit! Shout out to Black Warrior Spirit in the chat. I had no idea about this, but I guess this morning Too Short's brother was shot and killed in Oakland. Y'all heard about this?
Yeah, I heard about that like probably like an hour before we started casting.
I didn't hear shit about this at all.
Damn.
Apparently it was early this morning. Yeah, he was shot in East Oakland today. Damn.
He was trying. Wait, he was trying to protect his weed dispensary from robbers. God damn.
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 God dang.
It's real out there.
Yeah, I mean, Oakland's got that reputation. That's unfortunate.
My sister is still out there in Oakland. I gotta hit her up.
Yeah.
Actually, I meant to hit her up the other day.
She's all over on TikTok. She's over on TikTok. She has her own little red.
Yeah, she posts her TikToks all over her Instagram. So.
Yeah, if you're all on TikTok, look up Auntie Baldy. That's my sister. So
yeah, I had a question about her and her wife, and I totally forgot what the fuck it was. I was trying to see
doing the candles.
No.
Oh, wait. Sorry, this is a real quick tangent. Does anybody still have that Blacker Than Black Times Infinity, Blacker Than the Black is Black candle that they used to sell?
Yes, actually.
Yes, mine.
Hold on. Blackest of the Blackest Musk. It's funny is I still have stitches. That's like new.
Yeah.
I didn't even open it.
Yeah.
Dude, let me get that up.
No,
that I missed that smell.
Mine.
This smell is so great.
Mine. Hey, you get your own naysayer. Look, Blackest of the Black Musk, and it's got my podcast name on this shit. Old Ninja.
That shit was the greatest. I went through it too fast.
From my cold dead hands, naysayer. Wait.
I think I still have mine too.
Oh, it smells like
excellent.
Yes.
Oh wait, no, hold on. Oh shit, hold on. There's another
other
one.
podcast had their own fragrance.
Oh, and this is one that I haven't opened yet. This is mine because my name is on it. Where is it at?
It's on the back. It should be on the back.
It's on the back. Where the fuck is it?
Yeah, there. It's been
there it is.
towards you. I just saw it.
Right.
Of course,
there we go. It's all reversed, but yeah.
There you go.
Of course, mine sold the most because everybody wanted this dankness.
Yeah, this one hasn't been used yet. I'm saving it, and then I have stitches downstairs. I still got to give it to him.
I'm gonna steal stitches. No.
You end up in Guantanamo Bay. I also have this one. I actually have a few of them of theirs.
Yeah, I wish I would still keep doing it. I'm trying to find I found House Urban for like body oil.
Yeah.
Which I love, but obviously I love supporting my sister and her wife even more. Yeah, dude, I wish I would keep doing it again.
When they had their body
shout out to
oil.
Black Warrior. Peace out. Looks like he's leaving the chat, but thanks for joining, fam.
Yeah, have a good night.
Dude, back when they had their body oil that you would put on after you get out of the shower, man, my African sheen was on point.
Yeah.
There you go.
I had my ancestors.
Go.
Yeah, first, hold on. Prodigy.
Yes,
Are you in a blanket? Are you wrapped up in a
No, I am in my snug ass Rick and Morty hoodie.
Oh yeah, been on for a while.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Oh, no wonder it's fucking hella big on you. Okay.
Fluffy fluff.
Yeah, it was fluffy, so I thought it was a fucking I have a Rick and Morty blanket. That's what I was asking. I was like, what the fuck?
One of those oversized sweater thingies, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Right? It's because his spy background was throwing me off, so I was like, what the fuck is that?
Look,
he was on the couch.
My Chinese spy been real good to me of late. I just want y'all to know. You know, she be waking me up, giving me breakfast videos. You know what I'm saying?
Like I'll still go onto TikTok, but like I go to Redbook just to de-stress, man. Just because the content on there is usually cool and chill. I like seeing little dogs getting rescued. I like seeing fireworks going off, all the latest cars, motorcycle stuff. Like it's my zen.
It's a cultural exchange. But you know what's funny is that I was listening to I don't know what podcast it was. I want to say Today Explained, maybe, which is a really good podcast. If you're not into like news shit, Today Explained is actually a really good one to listen to if you want to like get caught up on like current news. Because it's like it's cool, and Noel King. I'm just saying, she's bae, she's nice. I like her voice. I love her voice.
I was gonna say, actually, I have some Chinese friends that were on Redbook before it became like the new American thing to do, and their content's always been really pretty cool and creative.
Well, that's what I was trying to get to, because like somebody, I'm pretty sure it was on Today Explained. They were talking about how it was a Chinese. Like writer who was already on Redbook, like way before like before the TikTok refugees went on there, and she was saying how she kind of misses it. She kind of misses like the old Xiao Heng Shu. I've been saying it wrong. I said Xiao Heng Shu before. It's Xiao Heng Shu. So thank you, Zor Steve. I know Steve knows some Mandarin.
Chinese.
Yeah, his wife is Chinese. So Xiao Heng Shu. Because before the whole like invasion of the Americans on there, it was way different.
Migration.
Yeah, it was way different. It was like super Chinese. It was very like they did like a bunch of like the aspect that I heard of was like this woman was talking about how she would go on there for like makeup tutorials that were like very Asian Chinese specific, you know, and we just kind of fucked that all up. But now it's been like this huge like cultural exchange, even though it's very censored. So if you go on Xiao Heng Shu, like it's but so was like every social media thing they're censored.
Except for Twitter, they're kind of going
really quick. We have Lala from the chat. She's asking about the water because she's not from California.
Oh, so yeah,
California's
huge.
As the rest of the nation acts like we're deprived of water, apparently Trump turned on the water faucets. We should talk about that real quick. What's going on with that water situation?
So yeah, sorry.
I'm asking her where she's from before we talk about it. But we'll talk about it. She's in Florida.
Okay.
Yeah, she's from Florida.
That's why. Okay, because
I've been to Florida a bunch. Very different on a lot of levels. Let me just back up a little bit because. Obviously, she's probably heard in the news about the LA fires that were going down. Well, then me and Kronos, right down the way close to us, had some fires last week.
We got all of our school. Well, the schools near you, which is also where my daughter goes, was evacuated.
Yeah, my kid's school, Kronos's daughter's school, was definitely closed on Friday. We packed our evacuation bags just in case, because you didn't know how that shit was gonna, skip across or what was gonna happen. And there were some homes relatively close. I'm talking maybe a mile or two away from mine that had been evacuated.
They're the Tony Stark homes, just to be honest with you. You know what I'm talking about, Prodigy.
I do.
The Tony Stark homes are fucking dope.
Mm-hmm. But so it's January and certainly still fire season all throughout Southern California. Fortunately, the fire closest to us did get contained. We had some rain over the weekend and all of that fucking helped and whatnot. But I can't speak for LA as much, like from personal experience, but I know that they did get some of that rain up there too. I think most of them those fires are contained or are completely out now,
well,
right?
they're way less than the Border 2 fire isn't out yet. I mean, it's 90% contained as of today.
Yeah.
But the Eden fire, the Palisade fire, it was going on for like a long time. I mean, it's done its damage at this point. Like there's much more it could fuck up unless it like went into like downtown LA, which is like that'd be hard to do because it's like mostly concrete. So
and Skid Row tweakers. But yes,
I mean, yeah, meth is probably flammable. I would assume. So sorry, that was a bad joke.
I've seen houses blow up.
Yeah, I'm about to say, haven't you heard of meth houses blowing up?
yeah. I mean, I don't make meth, so
I mean, it's on the news every 2 weeks. Somebody blows up.
I mean, but it's usually not in L.A. That's out in like Lancaster.
Yeah,
that's a very specific California joke. I'm just saying, Lancaster area out there. That's where that is. What is the name of that show where they made meth?
Oh, Breaking Bad. No,
that's Breaking Bad country. It's like Lancaster area. If you're from Lancaster, I'm not sorry. You already know. Like
it's exactly where Trevor from GTA 5
I was just really about to say, that's
he's from Lancaster.
Also, if you're from the Bay Area, that's like Stockton, Tracy area. That's like Breaking Bad area. That's Breaking Bad area. So.
The Florida woman in the chat is probably like even more confused. Like, what the fuck are these guys?
I mean, it ended up raining in LA for a day, which helped put out a lot of the fires. But Trump decided to post up on his Truth Social saying that the United States military just entered the great state, which I'm surprised he said that because he hates California, great state of California, and under emergency power, turned on the water flowing abruptly from Pacific Northwest and beyond. The day of putting a fake environmental argument over the people are over. Enjoy the water, California.
Yeah,
this is his quote. This is word for word what he posted on Truth Social.
They're straight up lies. So let me just, for people that are outside of California or not in the military, let me explain to you. Okay, the largest concentration of active duty military members reside in California. It's over 180,000 people, more than Texas, are in California. So when you say that the United States military entered California, motherfucker, they were already here. Mm-hmm. Like when I served in the military, when I was a Marine, most of my time was in Camp Pendleton. It's right there.
Just a caveat, I have never been in the military, and I've driven by Camp Pendleton.
It's fucking huge.
With Kronos. So to give you an idea, Kronos told me about, 10 to 12 stories. The entire time we drove through Camp Pendleton, which was about an hour and a half drive, just to give you an idea.
And that is not the biggest military base in California.
No,
the biggest military base in California is 29 Palms. It's actually the biggest military base in the United States is 29 Palms. It's fucking gigantic, but it's in the desert, so most people don't think about it because
we ain't going out there.
That's where Papa Bear and my friend Laguna lives, out in the fucking desert. It's gigantic. It's way bigger than Camp Pendleton, but there's way more people that live on Camp Pendleton that are active duty than Marines anyway. Than 29 Palms.
I was gonna say right now it says that there is 28,000. The population is over 28,000, and of those 28,000, 12,500 active duty members.
At Camp Pendleton?
No, at 29 Palms.
29 Palms, yeah, because it's so in 29 Palms, it's mainly a how do I put it? It's like a not learning. What is learning?
Training
but
grounds?
It's like it's training. So it's where I got trained to be a communication Marine was in Camp Pendleton. So it's our main communications training station. It's also a training station for our tanks, even though they're gone now. It's our main training station for desert warfare. It's one of our main training stations for like a whole bunch of other shit, like CACs and all that shit. There's a whole bunch of stuff that goes on there, but it's a gigantic base. Fun fact, it used to be an Army base, and the Army said that it was unfit for human life, and the Marine Corps was like, okay, we'll buy it. And we bought it, and we put a fucking comm base there.
That's funny.
That's wild shit. What's funny is if California were ever to secede, we're keeping those bases, but that personnel would either have to stay in the state or go to a state that's still part of the union, which is hundreds of thousands of people. That's fucking insane.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this out loud. When people from all over the fucking world think of America and they're talking about possibly even doing a visit or a vacation or whatever, most of them think New York or California.
Yeah, they ain't thinking Missouri or fucking Kansas or
Ohio.
Yes.
Texas might bleep on the radar, but yeah.
It you know, like, sorry, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, they also may think that they can drive from seeing the Golden Gate Bridge to Disneyland in like an hour,
No.
Or go from Disney World to New York in a few hours too.
Yeah, so let me just, if you are outside the United States, California alone is the size of Japan. Actually, California is bigger than Japan.
Yeah, about Sam, we're bigger than
we're bigger than Japan. So, yeah.
So, I keep telling people who I've ran into that live on the East Coast, when they keep thinking that like LA and San Francisco is like an hour drive. I'm like, okay.
No.
To give you an idea, from San Diego to the Oregon California border is roughly 12 hours or more. I think it's 14 and 12.
So
just to give you an idea,
it's quite depending on how fast you drive. So hold on, there's somebody in somebody from Florida is angry in the chat. Saying we're tripping. People love Miami. Yes, you're right.
Yes, they do.
People love Miami, but you know what they don't like or never heard of is Port St. Lucie. I'm just saying, you got Miami, you got Orlando, but a lot of places most people don't want to go to in Florida. I frequented Florida more than a few times.
Yeah.
And yes, parts of it are quite beautiful. And I'm not saying that California is better than Florida. I'm not saying that at all. But
I would say that. I'm sorry, Florida put woman in the chat. I will say California is better than Florida, but I will also say that California dwarfs Florida in terms of global tourism as well.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
like, don't get me wrong, Miami's great. Orlando and Disney World also fun, but
hold on. I got to be honest though. When I went to Miami, and I went there, I was quite confused because I went to a really nice club, and my server was a goddamn supermodel. And I was like, what the fuck is occurring right now?
She's probably Cuban. Was she Cuban?
Yeah, she was definitely she was dark skinned. I was like, and she had braces. She was like, oh, I got braces. I'm like, I don't give a fuck if you got braces.
Oh, she's probably
I remember when I went to Miami, my friends, they're like, hey, Blue, go. We were like walking on the street, like this, I don't know, it's a strip, whatever. And they're like, hey, Blue, go down and touch the water and come back. I was like, all right, I'll touch the water. So I go out and touch the water, and I was like, oh, there's nothing special about this water. But on my way back, Jesus Christ, just models here, models there, model here, model there, and they were all topless.
See, and my friends always figure out, why do I always want to go to Miami? Because that's one of the few states. I've never been to Florida, and I've lived in Georgia.
You never been to Florida?
No, I've never been to Florida. Every time I say, let's go to Miami, everyone's like, why do you want to go to Miami? I'm like, why? Because during the summer, Miami should be great. As long as we don't go during hurricane season, we should have hella fun. And they're like, no, they like give me excuses and shit. I'm like, dude, I think if we went, we'd have fucking so much fun.
It's fun.
Even at our advanced age, we would still have fun.
I mean, you're advanced age, sir. I can shave my beard and I look pretty young. I'm just saying.
But you know what happened to me? One other thing that happened to me when I was in Miami, I was walking on the street and this woman walked by. She was breathed. I couldn't breathe. Like, she walked by, I could not breathe. And I just remember everything going in slow motion. And she definitely was probably Puerto Rican, but no, I think she was Dominican. But oh man, like, I kept telling everybody about it afterwards. I was like, oh my god.
Here's what I'll say too. Florida is about to get a huge fucking cultural boom with the goddamn GTA 6. Like, once that drops
again.
People are going to be like, you know what? Let's
go to Florida.
They're going to want to see if it's really like GTA 6 That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Miami pretty much is.
No, Oklahoma is trying to ban porn.
No.
Oklahoma is trying to ban porn.
No, I thought Florida did ban porn.
Florida might have
they banned Pornhub, and they're putting in restrictions because you need to verify your age to go on porn sites. Or something like, okay, but you know,
I think
like
Oklahoma is trying to ban.
I always had to say that I was born in 1954, whatever. Like, you know, what I mean? Like, we've had that for a long time.
Can we hold on? Can we stop this bullshit? Listen, when we were growing up, we all put your hands up if you ever found a porn magazine in the bushes when you were a kid.
I put it in the bushes.
Like,
yeah,
I'm just saying.
I had a stash in the backyard.
Yeah.
And in my closet.
I feel like we are robbing our generation of this experience. I don't think, obviously, yeah, kids should not be. It should not be accessible to kids, but it's gonna happen, and like you trying to hide it, it puts a spotlight on it. This is what I hate about like older generations, and obviously I'm an older generation now, and I can't stand this whole thing of like not being able for the older generations to like hand over the reins to the younger generations. I don't need to understand all of your bullshit. I want you to thrive. I want humanity to get better. And it's going to happen over time. But if we keep restricting like what the previous generation can do more than what our generation can do, like we're literally restricting our future. Mm-hmm. And people just don't really seem to get that. And it's the same shit of like, remember when like we were all kids and all these fucking stupid ass old people were just like, oh, rap music is so terrible. Oh, this new generation is so fucking lazy. I'm in my fucking mid 40s and we all heard it. And the same bullshit is happening today. And I'm fine. Like I contribute to society. I pay a lot of taxes. I've owned multiple homes. I've watched a shitload of porn. I'm fine. Like to not trust the new generation to do the same thing and continue our continual, ascent as a society is, first of all, it's disrespectful to the new generation, and it's going to stifle our society's growth.
And to quote a wise man, you got to be busting them nuts. You can't keep this shit bottle on the side.
And also, a wiser man once said, "If she's over 200 pounds, you got a baseball bat." I'm just. That's a very old. Be the BTI joke.
Yeah, you go way back in the pocket.
So I know a lot of people, especially a lot of women, when they're like saying that you don't need to bust, I don't know why you keep trying to make me bust. Well, guess what? You kind of do, because as you go older, generally speaking, you're using your reproductive organs less. The problem with that is
enjoy that prostate cancer. I'm just saying.
Yes, your prostate will start to slowly dysfunction. It could die or cause cancer. And as they keep saying, you either use it or lose it. Because if it's not being used, it will die. It's an organ that will die. So if for guys, especially guys over 30 and 35, if you're not using your prostate, you're running the risk of hurting your body and losing your prostate.
Is this where I insert my gas station dick pill advertisements and just say, hey, support Rhino 6000?
What color is the fucking rhino right now? Is the blue rhino, the purple rhino, the red rhino?
The red rhino? Silver. That one, you might have to half that one, cut it a little bit.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Drink a few extra Gatorades.
Drink water.
You know what's crazy? We were talking about how you have to verify your age on those adult sites. It's crazy how you have to at our age nowadays. That year date just gets. You got to scroll that one a little bit more faster nowadays. It's not just like a few or three clicks. You got to a couple of decades now.
What were you saying, old ninja?
So if you're going to take a gas station dick pill, it should come with a warning: do not drink it with fucking energy drinks.
Yeah,
do not drink it. And a gas station dick. I know you want to keep going. I know you want to go either take the gas station dick pill, or apparently if you apply for Hims, you get like a month's trial for free.
This sounds like a TikTok ad right now.
It sure fucking does. But there you go. So for fellas that are in your advanced age, you gotta, you do have to use it or lose it. So
this episode is brought to you by Hims. Does your dick not work right now? I'm just saying.
Stems and everything.
Are you tired of busting dusty nuts?
We have no but yes, men, you need to use it or lose it. I don't care if your partner doesn't want to do it. Get you a what the fuck? This shit that probably be using little fucking toys and shit. Yeah, a little flashlight or something.
Wait, hold on. You ain't gonna put me out on black.
I like hold the fuck on. I like how this dude.
My bad. It's a full body pillow. My bad.
Bruh, hold on. This is so disrespectful. This dude just casually talks shit about Prodigy, who has a wife, by the way. Like, what the? So Ninja, like you have a girlfriend?
I know. Okay. You know why? I'm sneak dissing this dude because it's his fucking calendar that he overcharged me for with fucking busting blanks. I'm still mad.
Is true. It was all seedless.
I want my money back. I'm gonna keep sneak dissing until I get my money back. I supported you. You have lied to me.
Hey,
so there you go.
2013 to 2018 Prodigy dick pic calendar. That was peak. You know what I mean?
Peak.
It was lies. That was lies. I bought lies.
The 20. Oh man, damn, that was such a long time ago. Remember we used to do like the drunk cast? We need to bring that back.
Oh, yeah.
2025, shit's coming back. I'm just saying this is gonna be our 10-year anniversary. Shit's coming back,
and we're gonna hit like 500 episodes, right?
Yeah, this year we will.
Yes.
Are we up in there?
Are you sure we haven't hit that already?
No, well, so if you count for like all the extra podcasts, like the S-Class interviews and all that shit, yes, we would have hit 500 already. But this year we will officially hit it, and this is officially our 10 years.
Yeah, I think last time we did a drunk podcast, a couple of members things didn't end very well.
Yeah, them livers are still recovering, man.
Yeah, my pancreas took a time out, and I was screaming.
Yeah,
sure. Wait, Blue? Wasn't it you that brought the sugary sweet?
That's what it was. A screwball.
89,000.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it was a screwball.
Add the screwball.
He brought those screwball, but he also brought the fucking
the habanero tequila.
The cider.
No. So this
30% cider.
This is what the problem. This is what the problem was. I'll tell you what the problem was. Is that my friend Devil Tank, who's a financial planner, he obviously has money. He just kept donating for us to take shots.
Oh, that's true.
And
Yeah.
I was taking the screwball shots, and screwball. I can't take. I'm not diabetic, but I can't ingest like a lot of sugar because it'll fuck up like my whole body. And I didn't realize that at the time, and yeah, it fucking fucked. I wasn't that drunk, but
dude, I got
boy.
I was underneath my desk.
Oh yeah, actually that was after that. So yeah, that was probably the latest one. Yeah. You were.
But I also drank a bottle of I finished off my habanero tequila that I made for one of the Ben had parties.
Yeah.
And it did not agree with me at all.
Oh fuck. So I love screwball. Actually, I usually get a bottle of screwball on my birthday. Someone buys me a bottle, but I mix it with iced tea. Nice little cut.
I make mine with bourbon. I cut my bourbon with bourbon.
He said it.
I cut my bitch with
He said bourbon. Like a man.
Yeah. If it's too sugary, cut it with unsweetened iced tea. Actually, works out
something. You get something with some peat in there, a little peaty.
No, that sounds like a fucking.
Said it was 151.
You know.
Oh my god! Good luck finding that.
I've gotten older and just blacker and more unk status. I have been crazy into Crown lately, and I'm like, God
look at
damn!
You.
I
look
might as
at
well
you.
get
You're
my
regressing. You're regressing, bro. Look at you. You're regressing.
I'm like, what is this? Why does this suddenly taste good? And wait a minute, I'm in my 40s. Fuck.
You're gonna be out there like Petey Pablo. What is it brought to you by? Who is it brought to you by? Is what he said. Because I'm drinking, they pay me for it. Seagram's, yeah. Brought to you by Seagram's because I'm drinking and I'm paying me for it.
Yeah.
Freak a leak. Y'all listen to Freak a Leak.
I will put that right fucking now. The Uncation. There it is. That should be the name of the podcast.
Uncation.
The Uncation. Unstatus.
Uncation?
Yeah, the Uncation. Uncation. You see it?
Uncation.
Uncation. That's awesome.
Right,
yeah,
I can do that.
There you go.
I feel like for the next drunk cast, it needs to be like we need to be like the Uncle Shay podcast and be sipping on cognac on some brown liquor.
I feel like we should find like outfits from like the 90s. I can get, does Cross Color still do the thing? Oh, some 151. There we go.
Yeah, it's 151. How do you even find that? Because that's hard to find.
It's not hard to find.
Old.
This is old.
This guy's got dust on there.
Don't sell 151 no more.
Really?
Yeah,
it's a fire hazard.
I mean, that's hey, listen. When I was in the Marine Corps, that shit was a staple. I'm just saying.
So
remember how it has
for a while? It was everywhere.
It has like a holes in the
little
top
strainer.
For
it's a strainer. It's a little strainer. Yeah,
I mean, most of them do. Unless you go to Costco, because Costco knows that when you buy Costco alcohol, you know what you're doing. You're about to get fucked up.
Like you should.
I like how easy it is to take that
around.
That quick pour out from the Costco bottles.
So the Costco bottles they no longer have, like at least the bottles that I get, the vodka, the 1.5 liter Costco vodka, they don't have the fucking strainer in there anymore because they know, like you know what you bought, you know what you're about to do. We'll make it easy.
Little fun fact about Costco: you don't need a membership to buy alcohol.
No,
so
really?
You can go right up in there, buy all the alcohol you want. You don't need a membership.
Hold on, Blue. That might have changed. That might have changed recently, because now they have literal card readers at
they don't let
digital card readers.
You just tell them you're there for alcohol, and they'll let you in.
All right, you just tell me, hey, I'm already drunk. You want to fight?
Yeah,
we can make this an incident
with their pharmacy too. If you have your stuff sent to Costco pharmacy, and you can go in just
just tell them I'm a person from the Sacklers. I need my Oxy.
So
plus my Costco vodka and my Dynamite.
I will do you one slightly better. You probably won't get. Oh, actually, you probably could buy the size, but not the Costco price. So a lot of the like alcohol distributors, whatnot, like Bevmo, Total Wine, they will deliver you fucking alcohol.
Oh yeah, I've done that plenty of times. This is the pandemic, yo. I'm just saying, pandemic.
Yeah.
Hold on, I need to ask because Lala in the chat, she mentioned a term that I am not familiar with.
What she said?
Do y'all know what hunch punch is?
Hunch
punch? No.
Wait. Is Lala? Is she like?
She's the Floridian, so she could be a wild one. Possibly, I don't fucking know.
Is she one of them Floridians? It's like also like first generation from one of the islands too.
Oh, I got you. That's a good question. I mean,
that's a good question.
Well, give it 30 seconds to a minute, and she will answer.
Yeah. Because
there's a delay.
The Jamaican, Haitian, like they all got slang that'll make you question that you don't know what the fuck is going on, basically.
Yeah, and I'll be clear. I am actually Barbadian descent, but I've never been to Barbados. That's on my list for this year. Is actually go to Barbados, which is where
this year?
My nearest ancestors are from.
Right on. Yeah. I have a book that my uncle wrote before he passed.
Oh, God!
He traced our lineage to Kenya and Ghana. So I'd have to go across the pond to go see my ancestral lineage. It's kind of it's a trip we've been talking about in my family, but I don't think we're ever going to pull it off. But you never know.
Wait, to what again? I was reading as you were saying, like the beginning of that. To where?
Yeah, so like my lineage, my uncle, he wrote a book about our lineage dating back to Ghana and Kenya. So if I was to go back that far, we'd have to seriously make a severe cultural swap.
Honestly, I want to go to Ghana as well because my youngest, she really wants to go to Africa. And obviously, I've been there a few times, but I haven't been to Ghana. So I'm down to go whenever you want to go. So hold on, I rewind for a minute. Lala has explained what hunch punch is, and now I understand. It's Oxy and add liquor. No wonder that thing don't work. All right. Yeah, because Oxy. It's hard to pee when you're on a lot of opiates. I can say that from experience. But my dick still worked. It was just hard to pee. So
I googled it to see what exactly it was, but it's like a hurricane basically.
Somebody talked about Barbados Slim for Futurama. Yes. Brandon. Yeah, you know what's up, dude. Yeah. Yes, I'm the villain to Hermes.
That's crazy.
But you can probably.
I've had moonshine. What's name brought that up here? Ooh,
Smoky moonshines have like
that's fake.
They sell it. Oh yeah, of course.
Fake.
Those are good though. Like the apple pie ones. Oh god.
So
I think I have one.
We've had good moonshine. We've had real moonshine.
Oh yeah, we have real.
Shit that will light your whole fucking neighborhood on fire.
Yeah.
My God, dang. I remember. I'll never forget when Kronos opened it. I was literally 10 feet away, and I thought I was gonna pass out as soon as he popped that.
I can't see no more.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck was that? Like, it smelled like fucking rocket fuel. And like, oh boy, that brought it. He was drinking it with fucking lemonade, like it was fucking nothing. I'm like, God,
wasn't it?
How are your insides not liquid? Like, God,
wasn't it Stitch that brought it?
No,
it was Boz.
He came out from. He drove across country state lines with a big ass fucking jug of moonshine, and he had more than one.
Yeah,
he brought some just for him. That was some wild shit.
He was a proper. He was a proper like Southerner.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
he sure was.
He's the lights off, all that.
He's a shrimp farmer. Oh, at least he was. Yeah. I don't know if he still is, but he's a shrimp farmer.
If not for motherfucking moonshine, there'd be no NASCAR.
Yeah.
It's true.
God dang.
They make that reference in Cars. In Cars 3, they talk about running moonshine.
Cars and Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
You're not first, you're last. Do y'all is everybody current on Solo Leveling?
Oh fuck!
I'm 2 episodes in, so no. 2 episodes of season 1.
Oh man, it's honestly the last episode wasn't like as bombastic, but it was still
bombastic.
It was still quite good.
Fantastic.
Sure. He's just so fucking strong, man. I just love him like leveling up all the time. You know what I mean? And then
God, Prodigy. I know you're like you're against like reading. Was it fiction books?
Yeah, mostly.
Books? Yeah. Lit RPG novels. They're all like this.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, like Awaken Online is fucking insane. Dungeon Crawler Carl, which I got a couple other guys to read, is it's fucking funny, and it's way more. Dungeon Crawler Carl is probably like it's one of the best lit RPG novels of all time, as far as I'm concerned. Even though I talked about The Land being like the first one for like, and The Land is really good, but Dungeon Crawler Carl it's really fucking good.
Okay.
It's dank as fuck. You know me, I can't fucking stand cats. I hate cats. And this has the best cat character ever written of all time.
Are they making an anime out of it, or?
I think they're making a movie.
Yeah, they're making a series. So Seth MacFarlane is linking up with Matt Dinniman to make a series of the show. Cool. And it has to be dank. It has to be.
And he's dank. Seth MacFarlane's a dank ass dude, so I get it.
I like it. But yeah, I'm really loving that one. I'm really loving Mr. Sakamoto's
days. Yeah.
Yeah, like that one's just funny, you know? I mean, those have been my 2 fucking go-tos in terms of anime right now, just kind of keeping me fucking afloat, you know?
Dude, y'all guys need to catch up on. I know Kronta and I talked about it last week, but Demon Slayer, like, damn, that last episode.
I'm like,
I gotta catch up.
Michael Jackson fucking moonwalking all up through this fucking place, and like people think they think they playing chess with him, but dude's playing a whole different game. He playing what's that checker? That not a checker game. What's that Chinese game that? Mahjong. He's playing Mahjong. They're playing Chinese checkers.
I think Japanese Go, but yeah. Oh yeah. Well, sorry.
Is he still Moonwalker, MJ, or is he like Thriller?
Yeah, well, so he turned into Little Mike for a little bit, and then Big Mike came back out and was wrecking shit. It's crazy, and the way it ends, the way not the season, but I think like the mid-season ends, it's like it's fucked up. It's
hold on,
really
but have y'all watched Squid Game 2?
Oh
yeah,
I watched the first episode.
Yeah. I watched all of that shit.
God, I'm still catching up, but god damn, Prodigy.
So, they took it up to a fucking 11.
Yeah.
Now I'm complete. What episode are you on? I don't want to spoil.
I'm on like 3 or maybe 4.
Oh, okay. You're early.
Yeah, I'm early, but it's like it's so good. Like they took everything that was good about season 1 and just like the acting is really good.
Yeah.
Like the dude that was like the red blue fucking letter thing guy, and he was like, "I'm about this life too."
Yeah. You met Thanos.
Yeah, Thanos is fucking chaos. I was like,
yeah. That dude was out of control. It's weird. So I try to ask my Korean. Oh, he hasn't seen it yet. I'm trying to. The way he speaks his Korean, it seems like a different dialect.
No. Let me be perfectly real.
He speaks English.
I watched that shit in all fucking Korean with obviously the subtitles and shit. He speaks 80% English.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
I was say that.
Like,
I remember with the first Squid Game when it was released, the way it was dubbed, people were like, "Yo, this like it was dubbed okay. It wasn't that great." But then
Stop
it redid it
dubs.
again, and it was like a whole lot better.
Yeah, just watch the subs. Listen, I've already went with Prodigy. Prodigy, if you go back 10 years ago, this motherfucker was all about dubs. Now look at him.
I will fuck with Squid Games definitely on some some sub. And you know what?
Subs are always better.
I watched some good. Yeah, I watched Solo. I mixed it up. I mixed it up a lot.
Watch it subbed. Subbed is always always a better translation as far as I'm concerned.
Always.
Well, pretty close, I would say.
Yeah.
But I mean, Thanos he's something else. But I gotta say, the dude, Master Soul, he stepped up. The acting that he does is way better. Like, well, not just better. It's just different because it focuses on him where he's on a mission. He's got PTSD, but he's also on like a crusade. He's on a crusade to end it and save as many people as he can. But it's so much so that he's willing to let other things on his slide. Like, he's not paying attention. He's solely focused, and certain things are sliding. Like, it's weird. It's funny to me that his old bookie is now working for him.
Yeah.
Now he's got this whole squad.
Well, he was working for him.
Yeah, that was some shit. Yeah, he was worried, but he flipped it, and like he didn't. I don't want to spoil it, but the way he pays them was wild. So I was like, "What the fuck?" Because he pays them in cash.
Yeah, because he has a shitload of cash.
Yeah, I mean, he did win. So it's just crazy the way the obsession that character was and the way he portrays it. It was so fucking epic. Like, he put his foot in that role.
Again. Yeah, and I'll just really quickly say this too. Like, you should watch this show as a satirical, action-packed, in some ways, critique of our systems. You know what I mean? Like, you can easily see, like, people, like, getting into crazy debt. Getting into fucking crazy debt and doing some dangerous ass shit and getting greedy with that debt. Like, oh, that's not enough money. That's only 80,000 yen or whatever. Okay, my debt is 200,000. I can't stop now. I got to put my life on the line even more. Everything about this one is just so well carved out, man. I just love it. I think it was even better. I give this one a higher rating than season 1, and I loved season 1.
Oh, hold on. Did you finish it yet, though?
Yeah, I'm finished. I finished season 2.
Okay, so I was slightly disappointed because I wanted more, and there will be more. There's going to be more. I think early summer. I think June or April of this year.
Yeah.
So
it felt like, I'm glad you said it that way. It feels like we got season 2 part 1, and there's going to be a season 2 part 2.
Yeah, 100% right there.
So,
I'm in because like I love watching these types of shows, like the whole like cultural exchange. Like what's funny? It's like I went to go watch Squid Game 2, but when I clicked on the show because I went through a breakup last year, I'm disconnected from like my normal Netflix account, so I'm my own now. So I went to go watch Squid Game, and it started from the beginning, and they were like explaining like what the Squid Game was. I was like, this seems really familiar, and I was like, oh, like, I've already watched this shit. But like, the fact that like they're explaining like all this shit to me, and understanding like Korean culture and like what they're all going through, like I really like that. It's the same thing when we're talking about in the like kind of the beginning of the podcast about Xiao Hong Shu of like the exchanges of cultures, because like people in like China, they didn't understand that, like, because in America people think about if you're drinking the Kool-Aid that China is all fucked up, you know. But then like when people in China are like, oh, you have to pay for your healthcare, they're like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah,
like that gets like really weird. And then like most Americans, they will get offended or ignore that part of like healthcare is like literally a human right, or it should be, you know. And like, and same thing with like when I'm going back to like the whole Squid Game thing of like understanding like there are cultural differences of things and like just understanding those. I think it's really cool, and I hope that more of that occurs.
It hopefully it should inspire hopefully more people to get on a plane if you can. You know, I know things aren't cheap, but try to travel. You know what I mean? Try
What are you talking about? Hey, Trump is president. Everything's coming down. All the prices are coming down.
Yeah.
My God. Yeah. So
he's deporting everybody backward.
I almost fucked up. I almost made a fucking joke. That
the tariffs mean free flights. You can go where the fuck you want.
Yeah, I was about to make a fucking super serious fucked up ass joke because someone in the chat brought up were we going to talk about the crash? Like we found out like maybe like 20 minutes before the cast started.
Which you talking about the crash about
the helicopter and the it was a passenger plane or
plane? That is that's a lot of like so. How do I explain this? I will quantify my next statement. Is I am not a pilot. I don't work for the FAA. But I do understand how basic protocols work with air travel. And for a helicopter to hit an airplane, many things would have to go wrong. Many things, protocol-wise, would have to go wrong. Because when you're flying in the sky, and you're in something that can actually move, other than like a literal hot air balloon, which hot air balloons have the right of way when you're flying, by the way. When you're in something that can move, like you have to like show like where you're going to go. And for a helicopter to hit an airplane seems implausible by normal flight laws.
I'm going to increase your plausibility ratio. So according to CNN and the BBC News, the helicopter was an Army Black Hawk.
Yeah, I mean they still have to go. I've been on
a commercial plane. Oh no, I guess I don't think it was a commercial plane.
No, I mean it doesn't matter. I've been on plenty of Blackhawks in my life, and I've never crashed. So, if you're in the military, like you still, if you're in the military and you're flying somewhere in the United States, your flight should have priority over another flight. Okay, and if you don't, I guess, report that of like where you're gonna go, then yeah, you could have problems. But again, it goes back to protocol. Like you have to tell them where you're gonna go, and the only way you're going to crash into an airplane with a helicopter is when a plane is either taking off or going to touch down, because helicopters don't fly that fucking high. Because if you're at 30,000 feet in a helicopter, you're going to lack oxygen for the passengers, because helicopters aren't really sealed that well. So most of them, especially at Blackhawks, I've been in one, they're not really that sealed. So yeah, they don't go to 30,000 feet. So yeah, many protocol issues have occurred for that to happen.
Oh, so this is the American Eagle flight with 60 passengers on and 4 crew members.
It was a pretty small flight or a small plane.
Yeah.
Still, I mean, you still have flight pass and all that shit. Like,
yeah, and approval you should have right away based on the tower. The tower's supposed to control who goes in and out, but still developing. So.
Don't you know we don't need any regulations? I don't want no government telling me what I can and cannot do with my flight.
Yeah.
Hey, are you a libertarian, bro? Like, what's happening here? I'm just saying, we don't need all these fucking rules. I'm just.
You know what's crazy? I'm looking at this Bacardi 151 bottle, and I never realized that it says "warning flammable."
Yeah.
See back label, and on the back it just says like
it's on fire.
Dangerous. Oh, danger, Robson.
Yeah, you can start your car with 151.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't, but you could.
No, I mean you could. You'd probably be fine.
Mm-hmm. Strong enough to start an engine, man.
Yeah.
So,
hurricane. Oh, geez, that's very West Coast. People are probably confused. That's some E40 shit right there.
Speaking of West Coast, do not fucking forget, set your VCRs if you're going back to the 90s.
What the fuck? What's a VCR?
Yeah. we getting KDOT. and that's what 2 Sundays from now.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah. I still. It's amazing to me how much K Dot has changed my life, especially over last year. So like last year when the whole rap beef came out between him and Drake, I was going through a very, very dark time, and he really helped me through that dark time with like the whole shenanigans of his rap beef with Drake. I'm very much looking forward to him being, because I don't watch football anymore, to be honest with you, but I'll watch Super Bowl just for his, Super Bowl performance. And I know SZA is going to be there too, and I'm looking forward to all of that. Like all the things they're going to do. I wish I was younger because SZA is honestly, to me, she's fine as fuck. But I'm an old man.
Did she show her face? Isn't she the?
You don't know.
One that hide her face with hair.
You're thinking of not SZA. You're
Her.
thinking of. No, he's not thinking of her either.
Her's awesome. She's from the Bay.
God damn it. You're thinking of Sia.
Oh.
Yeah. Which she shows her face now.
Yeah, she does. Even though Sia and Lady Gaga mysteriously look very similar.
No, they don't.
I think they do. I think they look very similar. Maybe it's the hair.
That's because you're racist, old ninja.
Damn. Damn. I don't know what you're talking about. No relation.
Look him up like right now. Like tell me, look it, like Google it, and then tell me if I'm wrong.
That's why I said it.
Oh yeah, she does.
Yeah, but that's something I'm really fucking looking forward to. Yeah, I don't give a shit about necessarily the game. I haven't really watched football in years, but holy shit, I am not gonna miss this shit. And I will say this: I'm gonna make a bold prediction. It may be true, maybe not. But the rumor mill is saying that we might even get Tyler, the Creator, out there too. We'll see.
Oh yeah, you already know he's bringing some of his LA homies. We'll probably see Schooler Q.
Hopefully,
Tyler the Creator.
Tyler the Creator. Yeah,
we'll probably see other LA talent just pop out and show naysayers. So
you know who we're not gonna see. Who's
you wanna go see Drake?
Yeah,
well, you're definitely not gonna see him.
Yeah,
but West Coast legend that's getting a whole lot of fucking heat.
Oh
yeah.
Snoop.
Yeah, you're
man.
Snoop.
I don't know how he miscalculated this one so easily. Like, we like you hanging out with Martha and doing the Olympics, but what the fuck, man?
Well, him and Nelly as well.
Yeah.
Not Nelly Furtado, but Nelly with the
Nelly.
under his eye.
Well, Nelly, we knew because at the very beginning he was like, Bill Gates, Donald Trump, let me in.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just saying, Snoop Dogg could have pulled a total Afro Man because I was high, but also no, because he talked a lot of shit about Donald Trump prior to this, and just say it's for the money. Like,
yeah,
just be honest. But it's still sad. But if you're going to be honest about it, it'd be more understandable. But honestly, you have a decent amount of money. This is the problem that I have with America, is like knowing when enough is enough. And I've realized this personally. Could I make more money? Yes. Honestly, I'm not even fucking, all you guys on this podcast know this. When I was in Iraq, I could have made way more money to stay longer. Like, I could have been a multimillionaire, especially to this day by now. But I was like, that shit it's not fucking worth it.
It's like Squid Games.
Yeah, it's like Squid Games. Yeah, and I was like, that's enough.
Push the button.
Yeah, but no, he's at a place where he's already a millionaire, and can you make more? Yes, but what's it going to cost you? And he's going to learn. He's going to learn, and it's unfortunate.
Yep. Nipsey Hussle would never. R.I.P. Nip.
I'll be right back.
Damn, you went there,
dude.
Yeah.
Well, I see that people keep posting up saying that like Tupac kind of warned you, saying like, yeah, Snoop is just about that money. He doesn't care about this and that. Like, he's always going to do money first and F the people that helped me get here.
Look,
I don't know about that. I feel like
this is Pac said.
I feel like someone from the East Coast said that.
Well, no, because wasn't Snoop on the East Coast for a bit too, driving and dancing and shit?
No, only in the video for New York, where he knocked them buildings down, and New York is still salty about it. Stay, man. That was the dog with the dog pound. I remember that shit.
Damn.
Great. But yeah,
that album was fire.
That whole fucking Daz Dillinger. I will say this: people do not put enough respect on goddamn Nate Dogg's name. Like, obviously Kendrick did in his one Squabble Love video, but Nate Dogg used to have the fuck. You talk about a West Coast sound. Couldn't nobody sing a hook like that man.
No, that's why he was used. That's why he was used by everybody. At least everyone west of the Mississippi. I mean, he and Eminem have a bunch of bangers.
Mm-hmm.
So,
bitch, please.
Dude, have you guys heard Bruno Mars' new song?
Yeah, I've heard bits and pieces of it. Yeah,
Bruno talking about pussy and shit, juicy cookie and shit. I'm like, Bruno.
See, I was caught off guard.
Let me clutch my pearls. God.
Yeah. he went from taking grenades and do whatever he can for you and stuff like that to I like my girl's pussy fat, juicy, and wet.
You know what it is? Bruno is living. He's gotten to that unk status too. You know what I mean? He's got a little older. He got the Kango. He started drinking that brown liquor.
Brown liquor. Damn.
Got some gators on.
What's crazy with Bruno Mars? Like this guy is super talented because he's covering like all the genres. He's done like country, rock, rap, R&B, K-pop. Like the guy he's got his toe in like everything right now.
Oh, and now he's doing that and retro. And he's done some retro 90s kind of shit.
Oh, retro. He's done like not jazz, but like reggae.
Oh yeah,
with the liquor store song.
So he's done rock. So it's him, Justin Bieber, and one other act. They do a rock song with like a rock. I forgot the name of it, but there's this rock song. It was on a movie. It was a part of their soundtrack. I was like tripping out. I'm like, the person who told me, I thought they were lying to my face, and they put it on, and I couldn't believe my fucking ears. I was like, that's Bruno Mars. Like, sure enough, him, Justin Bieber. I don't remember. It's three like well-known artists in like a rock band. They put out a hardcore like fucking Metallica style fucking rock fucking song. It was fucking crazy.
Oh, it was Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran?
That's what it was. That's what the
it's called Blow.
Yes, that sounds about right. Yes, I've heard it once, and it blew my mind. I couldn't believe it was any of them on that track. I was tripping hard.
I know there's always more stuff, but y'all down to wrap it for tonight?
There's one thing. Okay. And we might lose a viewer or listener. I'm sorry.
Ooh, controversial.
Yeah.
When are we not?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna tell it the way it is. So Lala in the chat, she says, that they're all puppets. Snoop not worried because he knows it's not about race, it's about class. So unfortunately in America, the class thing is usually, the higher classes are usually white people and the lower classes are usually black people or brown people, and it usually comes down to what value that they have, the perceived value. And the only reason why Snoop Dogg has perceived value in America is because of his entertainment value. And that is a serious issue if you look at things like kind of in general. Snoop Dogg, if he was, say, a grocery store manager, would have zero value to anybody. But the fact that he can rap and was entertaining and made money for the industry, basically like record labels, that's the reason why he's valued by most of American society. And don't get me wrong, like I love his raps, but like there's plenty of other like better. Listen, Kendrick Lamar is a better rapper than Snoop Dogg by far. But what I will say though is that he stayed in like, the only reason why we know about him is because of his entertainment value, and the fact that he is really holding water for a guy that literally months ago he was rallying against and then got paid for to make a performance for is highly questionable to me. And it's okay that if you disagree with me, and that's fine. If you still love Snoop Dogg, that's cool. I'm not judging you at all. But what I'm saying though is, I believe, obviously because I'm saying it, is valid. His value to America is entertainment only. And that's the reason why he's getting paid the amount of money that he did from a president that doesn't give a shit about him, or his people.
He doesn't threaten anything.
Yeah,
he doesn't threaten any structures. He's not going to demand certain policy changes. He's just going to sing and dance and do a few rap songs, which he did at the inauguration, and that is what it is. But
she's agreeing. Which okay, cool. So sorry, I didn't want to make it sound like I'm shitting on you. So thanks for agreeing. So he's getting paid, and I can't argue he's getting paid. So
yeah.
One interesting thing with that whole thing with Nelly and Snoop Dogg is that when you watch the footage of like them performing, there's not one fucking person on beat. Like I don't think any of those people that were there do any of their songs. Like I mean, yeah, people were waving their hands side to side, but like ain't nobody was dancing on the beat.
Was the season the food unseasoned?
Yeah, it was unseasoned. The chicken was washed.
They took the bay leaf out.
Hold on. The unseasoned were in attendance.
Yeah, not a speck of pepper in that place.
So I will say this to kind of, I guess, piggyback or sort of. So this was literally talked about on Shannon Sharp's podcast or his show or whatever the fuck it is. They asked him. I think he asked Nick Cannon or Marlon Wayans, one of them. I don't remember who it was. He asked who would be more well known throughout the world, Snoop Dogg or Jay-Z, and without hesitation, he said Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg is world known, whereas outside of the U.S., I think people know that Jay-Z is famous, but they may not know his exact name or why. Snoop Dogg, instantly. He can go to France.
Well,
he was in France for the Olympics.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah.
He can go to Russia.
Yeah. He
can go to Russia and be known in Russia that he is Snoop Dogg. He was at the fucking Olympics as an ambassador. He will be at the LA Olympics again, probably as a performer and an ambassador from the U.S. Like, he's world-renowned. China knows who fucking Snoop Dogg is. So he is world-renowned. Having him at the inauguration was not just like a stunt. It was like a statement. That was a statement.
Well, yeah, 100%. It is a statement, and this is probably the last thing I want to say on this topic. But when don't get me wrong, I'm probably on the wrong side of what I'm about to say. But when is it okay for African Americans to be on the quote unquote perceived wrong side of history? When is for a lot of other ethnicities in America, like they don't. I don't have this conversation about any white person, to be honest, or any other really ethnic group about being on the wrong side of history. I know we mentioned it earlier on the podcast about people that are from Latino descent, but they're paying the consequences immediately from voting for Trump. I'm being more critical of a black man growing up with like kind of the whole fuck the police mentality, even though I know he wasn't an NWA, but also yes he was, because he made the new NWA. I'm just saying that's history.
Yeah, he took Easy E spot, and I saw them perform.
Yeah, but like holding water for a president that literally this is factual, for a president whose dad was arrested multiple times at a KKK rally, for a president who also took out a full-page ad in the New York Times calling for the murder of five kids that are people of color that were not that they didn't do it. Like they didn't commit this crime. Look up the I forget the name of them.
Something Park 5?
Yeah,
Exonerated.
They exonerated 5. There's a lot of shit that this guy did to like fuck over people of color, and he's continuing to do it through mass deportations and all this shit.
And he still hasn't like apologized for that.
Yeah, and he's not going to. I don't expect him to.
Will.
But what I do expect, unfortunately, to this day, is for somebody that told me as a kid, to basically stand up to authority, to bow down to authority that's fucking over our people. And I find that incredibly disappointing. Can he do it? Yes, obviously he did. But I just find it disappointing as somebody that like literally grew up during his era, with deep cover and and all that shit. Like it's disappointing. But if he's gonna get his money to raise himself up, I guess it's disappointing to me personally.
You know what's sad and weird? Eminem would never.
Oh,
like,
damn.
Say what you will.
I mean, didn't Eminem didn't he drop a song about Trump? Like, I think last year.
He's dropped some heat against
Trump.
Hold on. I don't see him on the inaugurations.
Damn it. Stuff, okay, I'm sorry. There's one last comment I have to say. Somebody, Gavin, in the chat. This is the last thing I'm going to say. I'm going to stop reading the chat at this point. How are the Hispanic citizens that voted for Trump suffering? Their family members getting literally fucking deported. Yes. Their family members getting deported. If they happen to be citizens, there is a small possibility, probably a larger possibility than you think, that their family members that don't have documentation yet, they're getting deported. That's how they're suffering. If you're telling me that just because you made it, but your sister or your dad or your grandfather or whatever got deported and that has no bearing on you, then I guess you are a less feeling person than me. Because I know that I've lived in this country for a long time, but my grandfather is from Barbados, and he's passed away. But if he got deported back to Barbados, I feel some sort of way at this point in my life.
Well, can I be very clear on this one? Because it's a really good question, actually. The answer is far too often. I don't have the exact percentages because this is still moving and going on right now. People who are citizens and did vote and have all their proper papers are still getting harassed, stopped. Let me see your papers. Sometimes even arrested. There is violations from a civil rights standpoint going on with ICE, whether you're a citizen or not. That's how it's impacting them.
I feel like, and this is what's weird to me, and I understand. God damn it, I hate going on this fucking shit. But so me and Prodigy, we both live in Southern California. Anytime you go north, we have to pass through checkpoints. Oh. Right now, the checkpoints aren't really active. No, it's way before Baker. It's in literally. There's a line that runs through.
Yeah, I know.
Camp Pendleton.
Yeah, I was like, "Where would be Bakersfield?" Bakersfield's like,
it's way further north. Yeah,
that's where I thought you were going with it. I didn't know there were checkpoints.
Yeah, there are checkpoints, but Prodigy probably doesn't know this because it hasn't occurred during his time down here. But when I was in the Marine Corps in the late 90s, early 2000s, the checkpoints that run through Camp Pendleton were active. It was through Camp Pendleton on the 5, and then if you go through not 405, but the 15 on the other side, there's a checkpoint there. And they used to always be active, especially during rush hour. They were active. And I'm pretty sure they're probably going to reactivate them. And there's signs of literally families, mothers with running children on signs saying, watch out for these people. And we're going back to these sorts of times in America. And it's honestly, it's terrifying, even though I'm not who they're looking for. But literally, I would go through these checkpoints when I was in the Marine Corps, and they would look at me, see that I'm black, and then let me go. But there were people that I knew that were in the Marine Corps that would get stopped because they were, of Latin descent. And that's fucking wrong. It's fucking wrong. Marines that I knew that served their country are getting stopped by their own government because of the way they look. And it's fucking wrong.
Yeah. And again, I hate this pretend bullshit where people are dancing around the whole aspect of the racial element with this. It's not, I'm just anti-immigration. No, for the most part, you're anti-people speaking Spanish and being brown or being black and speaking French and, with Haiti and all that. You're against certain types of immigrants. Be fucking for real.
Yeah, so you got to hit them with what is it? We always talk, I used to talk about when you were up here. I always make the joke because they don't do this with Canadian immigrants because there are Canadians that are here.
Not even Canadian, bro. It's not even Canadian. If you're European,
I'm just saying, if you're European as well, you're not getting stopped ask for ID, papers, and it's easy. The reason why I bring in Canadians because you can literally drive across the border through not California, Washington, Montana, North Dakota, New York, Maine. You can go right through those areas, and I know there are Hollywood films in Canada, usually in Toronto, Ontario, a couple other places that are near the border, and they come in and out, and they're not doing this kind of stoppage to people that look like Caucasian American or European American citizens. They're not getting asked their papers. They're not being stopped, frisked, and asked where they're from. Maybe occasionally if they're like there for a long period of time, but not instantly. Not when you cross the border. Probably not until you even get to a major city. Even then.
It's really funny. Maybe, I don't know, 8-9 years ago, I actually went to Alberta or Calgary. I flew in there.
Yeah.
There was 0 people in the goddamn airport. I had to go through customs or asked all kind of questions. Why are you here? What's your real They put me through the 3rd fucking degree going into Canada. And I was like, God damn, I'm just here on vacation for a few days and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So when I went to Canada to what the fuck did I go? I went to Victoria. So I got there via ferry. We came across a fucking boat. And I didn't get none of that.
You trusted it?
Bro, did you say you came in a ferry? Bro, are you gay?
No. Hey, ferry spelled F-E-R-R-Y.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is a joke. I don't care if Ninja happens to be gay.
That's all bad. Anyway, no, we came across a ferry. We were ferried.
You came across a ferry.
Across with a ferry. We were out
a lady boy. That's what they call the.
Hold on, we didn't go to Thailand. We didn't go to Thailand. No, we didn't have that. But we didn't get the 3rd degree, and we were a myriad of people. There was at least 30 of us, so we didn't get. Now there was one guy, because he was a dark-skinned Hispanic kid, and he did not have his papers.
Yeah.
He was the only one they actually singled out, and they didn't even know. They went through and they actually targeted this kid. We thought he was not going to be let back into the States, but they let him through.
You see how not having your papers sounds a whole lot like 40s Germany in a lot of ways.
Thank you, Prodigy. I was about to say that anytime somebody says "Where are your papers?" I'm like, bro, is this fucking literally Nazi And you know what's funny is if you talk to me a little over 10 years, actually, yeah, I guess around 10 years ago, this would not have really occurred to me. But these are things that Nazi Germany did. We have a guy that contributed the most amount of money to our current president that is doing literal Nazi salutes, in front of the world.
Yep. And
people are making excuses for him making a Nazi salute, even though it's literally a Nazi salute. And I don't understand. Some folks are obviously they're younger than I am. And they might I get that. Obviously, I didn't grow up in World War II. But guess what? I'm a fucking U.S. Marine. Plenty of my brothers and sisters died in World War II fighting literal fucking Nazis. I was taught about Nazis in school, and then Marine Corps, and then through my own personal knowledge. All right? These are not good things to go down. If you look up the whole Nazi and South African connection, and look up Elon Musk about how he made his money, that's a rabbit hole you can go down that I will not explain to you. Enjoy that and understand why Elon Musk is a fucking literal piece of shit.
Dude, his dad spoke on his behalf about him doing the salute, and it just made me hate him even more. His dad is an even bigger piece of shit.
He is.
DJ Blazkowicz. You fix it, Wolfenstein.
What the fuck?
Oh, I know what he's talking about. Wolfenstein, bro.
I know what he's talking about. I just didn't believe he made that reference. I wasn't ready.
Prodigy, there's a solution for your problem. The problem is that you don't have an Xbox.
Yeah.
You can buy an Xbox right now and play the latest Indiana Jones game.
Yep.
And you're good. They got you. They got your fix. Indiana Jones, you're punching Nazis, fucking them up, all that shit.
Yeah, and so there are 2 Indiana Jones games. There's one from the original Xbox and the current Indiana Jones game. The original Xbox is, I think, the Emperor's Tomb or something. That was free. I downloaded that. And the Indiana Jones and the Full Circle, Perfect Circle, whatever the fuck. That's new. That's gotten rave reviews. It's still people still talk to me about this shit every day, or till this day. I mean, because apparently it's really fucking good.
I'm all about it. Let's do it. But I do want more Wolfenstein.
Yes, I knew that too. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Old Ninja, what you got popping this week? God damn it.
I'm actually, there's not a whole lot popping with me, at least not yet. I might watch the Pro Bowl. I might not. We'll see. I am doing more GTA 5. I kind of fucked around and went back to Monster Hunter World, trying to prep for the new the beta, which is out next week. I know, Prodigy, if you were keeping up on the date, next Thursday is the next run of the Monster Hunter Wilds beta.
I'll bring my bow gun. Let's go.
Yeah, so next Thursday. So I've been on Monster Hunter Wilds World, trying to get back in it, get my hunt going and hunt on.
Make sure you sharpen your hammer.
I don't use the hammer. That's your thing. The hammer's your thing, and rightfully so. You've done a good job with the hammer, and you're welcome, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we all know why Prodigy doesn't use his hammer. It's because he's nutless.
No, I mean,
that's why.
However, he still has gas station dick pills, the titanium this time.
He's got the red dick pills. Those like he's busting nukes now.
It's like in Black Ops. Okay, I've been on GTA 5 because I've never finished the story, so I've finally gotten all 3 characters down. So I'm starting to do missions with them. I plan on hopefully finishing the game before Monster Hunter Wilds drops, but we'll see about that.
But you didn't get rid of that yee ass haircut, and you ain't got no bitches on your dick.
No, not yet. Not yet. I'm not that far yet. I'm not that far yet, but we'll see.
Oh shit! You haven't even got to that line?
No, I haven't got to that line. I might have, and I just forgot. I don't know.
How do you forget that line? That's early on, bro. You can't be like two the third.
So I just got to Trevor. So Trevor just joined.
You definitely heard that line. That's way before Trevor.
That means I did play it when. So that means I heard the line. I've heard the line so many times before I even played the game, so I already know.
It only occurs once. I'm just saying. Why you lying, bro? You never played the game. It's all good. We're moving on.
I just got Trevor. Anyway, but yeah, moving on. I already watched Star Trek 31. I'll talk about it next week. I'll probably talk about it next week. Craven, Section 31, and Venom: Last Dance. I'll probably talk about those. I didn't get a chance to because I've been off the podcast for a little while. What is? Oh, I'm actually looking forward to. I'm not going to say it, but there's a term. There's a term for the new Captain America that I heard about a couple days ago, and I'm still flabbergasted.
Is it just the N word? I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Well, it's the shit I knew.
The N word is now the adjective to the rest of it. But,
DEI, which is also the N word. I mean,
No, because DEI is all encompassing of like anything that's a minority group.
No, DEI just means the N word. Like that's what it means. Like
hard.
So yeah. So that's kind of it for me. I don't really have too much going on.
Good shit. Blue, what you got?
Shit, nothing really. It's almost been 13 years since the Sweet and I's first met, so that's actually coming up tomorrow. We're trying to figure out what we're gonna do. If we're gonna do anything at all, probably just go have dinner or something. Hard when you have a kid.
Wait, she's coming out to the SF Beer Week, right?
No, it's just me. She said she didn't want to go because we couldn't find a sitter. So
is that because you told her that I told her to stay in the car?
Yeah.
I was just kidding.
Speaking of that, brought tickets for SF or for the opening gala for San Francisco Beer Week, which is on a Saturday this year, which is pretty cool because usually it's like on a Friday, so kind of rush to get out of the door.
Hey, but honestly, have her come out for like at least one. Have her take like a day off, just one day to come out.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do to get her to come out because SF Beer Week is a lot of fun. I'm hoping to try to take like at least 2 days off to participate in the activities because every time it's always a blast.
There's always a story. Always a story.
It's always a story. It's always a story, especially when Drunk Blues around. Actually, I was pretty good last year at the opening gala. I think I control myself.
Did you see the story that I showed about the whole? We went to Magnolia and we had the Old Thunder Pussy.
The beer and the whiskey pairing.
Can you tell this story, or do you want me to tell this story, or like what occurred?
You tell it.
All right, so this is during SF Beer Week, probably like 9 years ago, and it was me, you, and Old Ninja. You were there too, right? And I think Stitch was there too.
Yeah,
probably.
It was like 4 of us. Yeah, it's 4 of us there.
If you tell me the last time it was like open to the public kind of thing.
No. This is like it was 9 years ago. We went to Magnolia. We all came out, and they had this thing at Magnolia where they had whiskey and beer pairings, and it was like literally it was whiskey. Me and Blue didn't understand like what was going to occur here.
No, we were.
So it was literally 3 shots of whiskey, and then 3 beers, like half beers that were aged in the same whiskey barrels, and this was like fucking 11 a.m. in the morning. And so we went there, we ordered them, but we're thinking that they were like not that much, but it was like literally like we were lit at like noon.
Yeah, they were, it wasn't like a quarter pour or anything. It was like a full like
they were full shots.
They were full shots paired with like maybe a half a pint of beer.
Yeah, it was a lot, but
it was great.
We made it. We made it, but yeah,
and that was stop 1. So
yeah, first stop of the night of the day. Sorry, it wasn't even night yet.
I'm looking forward to that because that day alone was a lot of fun. Like going to all the different spots and taking like Uber Black. That's where we picked up the original portable audio setup. But yeah. So yeah, I bought tickets for that. I
got one of them.
Once again, we did VIP because last year VIP was amazing. Like you got your own little section. You had your own private pourings that was going on over there. You had your own bathroom. That right there was key. Like that was the greatest thing about it all. But for as far as shows go, I'm catching up. I just started watching Squid Game season 2. I'm also watching Harley Quinn drop. We haven't had a chance to talk about that. What's it? Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man dropped today.
I watched the first episode. Yeah,
controversy with that right now too. So I'm going to watch that. I think that's it for now. I want to watch the Sonic 3 movie, which is now out for rent at home. So I'll probably go check that. Check that out.
I got to review that. I'll review that one too because I saw it in the theater like weeks ago. It's still awesome.
As far as books, I'm almost done with The Landing Founding, which is actually a really good series. They just basically they just saved a bunch of inhuman people, and like it's a really cool book. I like all the sound effects and stuff they have in there. It's very straight out of the video game type of thing. So I'm really enjoying that book. But other than that, just living life, a vida loca.
Kronos, what you got?
The best thing this week to happen to me is I have a date for Sunday. So that's the best thing happened to me this week, which is great. Awesome. It's I'll give you a slight preview. So like when I met this person online, I asked her what is the best thing that happened to her this week, and she told me that she saved a baby's life. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, and she's literally a labor and delivery nurse. So I was like, all right. Oh, that's good. You're a fucking hero in real life. So yeah, so we'll see how the date goes on Sunday. I'll let I guess everybody know. Maybe.
I was gonna say something, but I'm not. I'm gonna say it. So she sees a lot of pussy then, huh?
Yeah. Apparently she does. Yeah, she does.
She might be friends with Bruno Mars.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah,
because he liked it fat, juicy, and wet. So, sorry.
We're just going there, huh, Blue?
Yeah.
Right. I know there's controversy with him and Rose, so yeah. Book recommendation. Oh, okay. So Gavin wants a book. You got one already. So The Land by Aileron Kong is what Blue was talking about. We have a book club going on. Once he finishes that book, we will talk about it on the podcast. I know there's other people that listen to the podcast that have already read the book, so that's when we're going to actually start the whole thing. I read a book every week, usually. This year, I'm definitely going to do it every week. So right now, I'm listening/reading Apocalypse Parenting, Book 1, Time to Play, and also Chain Gang All-Stars I'm reading physically. So 2 books kind of at once, but
And also, we talked about it last week when I finished the second book in the Three Body Problem series.
It's not called Three Body Problem series. It's called,
I know it's not called that, but I can't think of what it's called.
The Remembrance of Earth.
Yeah, so it's the second series, and I'm waiting to get the third one from my local library.
Yeah, which we will go into. If you keep listening, we talk about libraries and books and all that stuff. So just not this one because like a lot of political shit happen. Anyway, I'm looking forward to a date on Sunday, and other than that, I don't know. I'm feeling good about this year, even though a lot of bullshit is occurring. So if you're feeling down about like what's happening, if it's affecting you personally, obviously it's like a lot of this shit is very close to affecting me personally because I'm a disabled veteran, and a lot of this shit is getting really close to like canceling my benefits.
Yep.
And I think that enough vets don't know this. I might do something like separate from like a main podcast to like break this down about how the whole like gender affirming care can bleed into like people missing benefits, because people don't really understand what gender affirming care means. If you're just a normal guy or a girl, gender affirming care is also getting a fucking boob job, a boob reduction, getting dick pills, getting getting vasectomies. Yeah, all this. These are all gender affirming care things, and so when the federal government decides to like lock these things down to like fuck over trans people, it's gonna fuck over more than just trans people, and also care about trans people because they're still fucking people, like
still American citizens.
Yeah, they're not unless a trans person came up to you and like fucked you up. Like, you know what I mean? Like they still deserve, even like that's still like a singular person. Don't let somebody convince you that stealing their rights is going to make your life better, because it's not. It's just going to take rights away from somebody else. If you're feeling down in these sorts of days, please reach out to your inner circle and protect each other and talk to each other, because we all need to stay safe, honestly. And my hope is that we can all just kind of get through this with the least amount of harm as possible. But I also know that a lot of us, there's going to be harm. Like I've already seen it with like my own personal group. This has harmed my group of people, and it's going to keep doing it. But just, stay close and make sure that your inner circle is okay. So that's all.
No disrespect, but it sounds, because I know these are facts, but it's weird to me saying that
I'm going to drop off.
It's weird for me to hear that you're a disabled vet, because like you could literally probably kill every one of us with your bare hands.
Yes, I can. Like,
it's just weird.
Probably easier than you all think. But yeah, I'm a disabled veteran, and I can still get around okay. But I have a lot of injuries that y'all can't see.
I would imagine. And
one of them, honestly, I'll just be honest, like 50% of like my disability is mental health, which I've addressed, but it's still, it still lives with me to this day. And there's a bunch of physical shit that y'all don't realize, but I'm still, I have to deal with this every day of my life. And anytime you see like recently when, our current administration talked about shutting down all these programs, all that stuff, that immediately rang alarms with me, because when you talk about Social Security at all, that affects VA disability benefits.
Yep.
When you talk about, like I alluded to before, about, anti-trans shit with the military and gender affirming care, it doesn't affect me per se, but it does affect other people in the military that I do know that do have gender affirming care through the means of shit that I just talked about, of things that people don't think about, of things that, make their biological things work at all or better. Yep. So please don't like ignore this as just like, oh, it's just like some trans people that, it's just like 1% of the population or less. Like, no, these things bleed into your normal society, our normal society. And this is how they start. It doesn't end.
That famous poem. First, they came for the communists, and I didn't stop them because I wasn't a communist. First, then they came for the socialists. It's very much applicable. People need to read that again because
they don't get it.
You never. A lot of people don't care about the other when it's certain groups, and all of a sudden, it becomes another group and another group and another group, and then it's you.
Yeah.
So,
and then nobody can help you.
Yeah,
like nobody can help you.
Yep.
But I'll keep talking about it.
On a super lighter note, I'm balls deep in Cyberpunk, loving every bit of it.
Wait, you haven't finished it yet?
He's balls and vagina deep because I know you got a Fuda character, bro.
All the way. All the
God,
way.
Dang.
All the way.
That's gender affirming care, Cyberpunk right there.
God,
yes.
Oh yeah. That's another thing. Cyberpunk never once you complete your character, you can never go back and adjust. You can't make your shit bigger.
You can.
Yeah, you can.
You can't.
Yeah,
I don't remember. I don't think you could in the first edition.
Yeah, you have
bigger.
What do they call them? Hold on, no, Prodigy. What do they call them? It's in the game.
Docs.
There's a name for it. Yeah,
yeah.
It's like flesh rippers or something like that.
Yeah. Hold on. There's two ways. There's the docks, and then you can also even change your appearance at certain retail stores and in the mirror.
Yes, you can, but I don't think you can make your tits or cock bigger. I think those are stuck.
You can respec a whole bunch. Well, you know what? We're going down the rabbit hole. I'm playing the game. I'll talk about it more next week. I might have even finished the base game next week, but I'm doing a whole lot of the side missions and loving that. And then I just want to say, Academic's got a weird case. Why is he around?
What? Don, fuck him up. Hey, I know what he's talking about. I'm just saying. You can't be asking a fucking 15-year-old why isn't he fucking whoever, and why don't you let me put something in some place that's just like, and now he's banned on Twitch because he was twitching, talking to a 15-year-old. I'm just saying, you can't do that, man.
BBL Drizzy's biggest fanboy, but okay.
Yep.
His biggest glazer.
Yep. Take us out, old ninja.
All right. Use this experience, Black and the Black times Infinity. The dankest podcast on the internet. Check us out anywhere and everywhere with BTHANBTI. That's BTHANBTI. Anywhere you consume your podcast, anywhere. Mostly social media, most social medias are on there. If you're listening to us via audio, like through SoundCloud or Spotify or something, just know that we go live every Wednesday on YouTube, 8:30 Pacific-ish time every Wednesday. Unless we notify you guys, we try to be pretty good because sometimes life happens. We can't always be there for you, but we try to make it up to you. We have plenty of content. We have 10 years worth of content out there. So there's plenty of stuff for you. There's some stuff you may not know, like our official website, benheadproductions.com/BTHANBTI. We also have a Discord. If you need your dankness daily, email us, because we have an email, at BTHANBTI@gmail.com. Let us know that you want to join the Discord if you need daily dankness or whatnot. There's some more discussions that maybe are uncensored.
I got to be honest though. I feel like most of our discussions that are in our internal Google chat should probably just be on Discord because it's hilarious. People are missing out on a lot of hilarious shit. So
we can do that.
We can do that too. I mean, it's fine, but we're on there. We have the thing. You can be a part of the conversation. We're also on Twitch. twitch.tv/BTHANBTI. We're on there.
Unlike DJ Academics, I'm just saying we didn't get banned.
Yeah.
I'm a Twitch out some cyber. I'm gonna do that this weekend.
You should have did that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what we need to do next week? We need to Twitch out the freaking Modern Warfare, the Monster Hunter Wilds beta. That's what we need to do.
I'm down.
There's another beta?
Right.
I thought there already was one. There's
they're doing another run. Another run is next Thursday. They're doing some weird ass shit. They're doing
DJ Khaled?
I don't know.
They doing the whole second breakfast thing. You know what I mean?
No, there's a second and third breakfast because next week it'll be Thursday to Sunday. Then it will stop. Then it's again the following Thursday through Sunday for some stupid ass reason.
Well, y'all have fun with that. Y'all know me. I'm not a Monster Hunter fan.
I will have a ton of fun in that shit, and it'll be on Twitch, 100%. So there you go.
Maybe I'll switch out Hades 2 early access for people.
There you go.
Oh yeah. If it lets you.
I'm like, it will. I'm like 137 hours in. Again, it has not been released. So yeah.
Okay. For sure. For sure. All right.
Peace.
All right, what this bitch? Peace. I gotta press buttons though. I wasn't prepared. Sorry. I'm getting there. There we go. All right.
Has succeeded in penetrating further and further into the unknown vastness of space. Yet many questions remain unanswered.